No. Give me a cheer if you're drinking this evening. Yeah. A few people, and I've been trying to drink a bit less lately because I get terrible hangovers. Does anyone suffer from the hangovers? Yeah. You gonna have one tomorrow, Ben Capon? He's gone. Oh, he's having one right now. I remember the worst hangover of my life. I don't know if anyone's got a specific memory of this. Worst hangover of my life. I'd been out in the lash. I'd had about 2 hours sleep, and I had to go and get a train. I don't know if you know if you suffer from hangovers, you know it's a lot better to be stationary than it is to be in transit. But I got this train. I managed to get a table on the train. I was just head in my hands trying to get through the journey. I was at that point. A girl got on and sat at the opposite corner of my table. I'm not exaggerating when I tell you this was possibly the most beautiful girl I have ever seen in my life. She had long, dark hair and kind of radiated a sort of intelligent beauty. But I recognised myself for what I was at that point, a lanky, drunk Scottish idiot on about 2 hours sleep, probably reeking of booze. I wasn't going to try to talk to her. I was just grateful for the aesthetic privilege that had been afforded me over the course of the journey. But as the journey progressed, things started to get a bit worse for me, and I started to feel my stomach churning in time with a clackety-clack of the train tracks. And I looked up at the sign for the toilet, and I saw it was flashing engaged red like a beacon of impending disaster. And when the moment came that I knew I was going to be sick, the only thing I could think to do was to put my hand in front of my face, which meant I threw up into my hand and it rebounded back onto my face, covering my face in front of vomit. On the upside, I did feel slightly better afterwards. But I looked over at the girl, and she's obviously really nice. You know, she's really nice, but disgusted, inevitably disgusted by events. And she screwed up her face and looked at me and said, "Are you all right?" And out of some kind of instinct or latent booze conference from the night before, I said, "I am terribly, terribly sorry. I've just started a new course of chemotherapy. And it seems like embarrassments like this one are going to be par for the course. If you want to go sit somewhere else, I won't think less of you." And at that point, she smiled, her face melted. She went into her bag and got me a handkerchief, and I cleaned some of the sick off my face. And we had a really lovely chat. You know, I cracked a few jokes about how I was coping. And when the time came for her to leave the train, she reached over and she squeezed me on the shoulder and she said, "You know, I think you're really brave." And I felt brave. It takes a certain sort of courage to make up cancer to cover for your hangover. I think I may be a bad person. It's just been a short set from me tonight. You guys are absolutely lovely. I've been Tony Dunn. Good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Dunn!